Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another Future Vision podcast. I'm excited for our next guest here. And before we get to him, I'll introduce our co-host. Grateful to have him come all the way from out the southwest. Not southwest. It's out Gold Coast areas. Yeah, Gold Coast. Gerard Bill has been there for up in the. He's been there in the top, the big stage before, and just to have him here share his experiences with our next guest here. Grateful to have you here, brother.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers, Hux. Now, awesome. Happy as to be here, help and get to know Pale more before his journey really kicks off. So
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, before we introduce our next guest, I just want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Future Vision is proudly sponsored by Lick Barbers and Lick Clothing. They're out at Forest Lake, so if you ever out in the area, make sure you stop by and say what's up to the guys. Yeah, they believe in this vision that I'm doing, and their big push. So yeah, big shout out to you guys. Oh yeah, we'll get started. Yeah, our next guest, man, is the young veteran coming up from Kibra, Kibra High School. Now, this kid is man. I'll actually tell you how I actually seen you. I was actually out shooting a school out at Burley, and I stayed back to watch the next game, and it was Kibra versus Ipswich, and this kid really stood out. When I was watching, and I love the way rugby league works, and especially the middle. I like watching the middle. And yeah, this kid, the things he was doing in that game, I was like, it's crazy. To see it at a young age, and I actually went on his page, and I wanted to message him, and you know who beat me to it? My wife. My wife sent me a message. It's like, look at this post, and it was him. It was actually his Instagram, and I messaged him, and yeah. But our next guest is Fabale. I'm grateful to have you on here, man. I
Appreciate it.
you coming on,
welcome, bro. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
especially mom. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know it's not an easy thing, and just to get a random message and then yeah, but thank you for accepting the invitation for coming on. But before we carry on, I'll just get you to introduce yourselves. I'll get you first.
Yeah, sure.
Just a little backstory, where you're born and where you're raised and that, and then we'll go to mum.
Yeah, sure. My name's Feaunati. Born in England. Raised up in Australia, obviously, and I'm 18. And yeah, just a little bit about me.
I'm Pearl and I'm Bale's mum. Bale's biggest fan.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. And so whereabouts did you come from? Pearl?
Oh, sorry. Born and raised in Wellington, Windy, Wellington. Left New Zealand with husband in about 2002.
Yeah.
We ventured out over to Europe for my husband's career, and then we moved here 2012. So just before he left the Broncos.
Yeah, would be too.
And then
Yeah.
the rest is history. Yeah.
Man, I've never had anyone say they're born in England. That was the last thing I was expecting. That's crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting that,
Yeah, but where do you tell everyone you
I
were
just tell
born?
everyone I'm born in Auckland because they don't believe me.
No, but see, that's a shock to me. Like, just to say, and how old were you when you're born in England, came here?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Came straight here, right?
What did you
You were
strip
born
music?
in England 2007,
7, yeah.
and we moved here in 2011.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so how old was you when you?
He would have been about 3 or 4. Don't judge me on my maths, guys. Something like that.
Ah, that's cool. So, and your background is full Samoan. Yeah. So, what about Dad? Where's he from? Is he from New Zealand as well?
Dad, yep. So,
Born in New Zealand?
yep, Dom and I are both from Wellington, born and raised in Wellington, did school in Wellington, everything in Wellington. Yeah. Yeah, up the Cairns, no joke.
Yeah, my wife's from Wellington, so I hear it all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you from Wellington as well?
My wife.
Oh, your wife.
Yeah.
He wants to be.
What about you?
I would call Brisbane. home
Yeah,
for
I
the
call
years.
for yes.
Logan.
Home of the brave, eh?
Yeah, of course,
Logan.
mate. Yeah.
Were you Logan brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Logan Brothers, there
Yeah,
you go.
Cameron Smith, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Oh, so small. world. So, when and how many? What are you? Are you got siblings? Are you the oldest?
Yes, I'm the middle child. I've got one older brother and one little brother.
Oh,
So,
true.
yeah.
So 3, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And are you the only one that's playing footy?
No, my little brother's playing footy. He plays a bit of a union boy, so my older brother's just a young dad who's looking after my niece and nephew. So
Yeah,
yeah.
nice. And so, and with you coming from England to Brisbane, did you just grow up? Where did you grow up in? And whereabouts in Brisbane?
We originally grew up in Logan, eh?
Oh, so
in
you,
Logan,
so it is
so-
Logan. You said, oh,
so
true.
we grew up in Logan for a couple of years, and went to school out in Logan, and then we moved out to Ipswich a few years after that, and been there ever since. So
So which one? What do you claim, Ipswich or Logan?
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. Keeper, eh? If you're keeper, you claim Gold Coast. Oh, true.
Yeah,
Nice.
so-
Oh, that's cool, mate. So, and how have you been at Keebra your whole
No,
high school, or where did it start?
I had a bit of a journey, eh, Mum? Started in year 7 and 8, and then I moved to a private school out in the city, Gregory Terrace, and man, that was pretty tough, eh? That transitioning part from public school to a private school was it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
And
Is that year 7 and year
yeah,
8?
year
You said?
7 and 8, and going into year 9, especially senior years in a private school, expectations just go from here to here, and it's just it mentally, it felt like physically it was pretty hard because it's union, you're learning new skills, gym, and I think mentally it was also quite hard as well, just because the change of the difference between public and private, and yeah, that's
Yeah, I've heard about
then-
those private schools.
yeah.
They can.
they're pretty serious about the union too. So, and then I had a bit of an incident back in private school. Got dropped to the C team, just because I was going to city country camps, emerging camps, Queensland for league.
For league,
Yeah. So it was a bit draining, and then they pulled me into the office, gave me a bit of a talk, and just said, "No, if you're gonna do that, we're gonna put you in the C's."
Yeah.
And so halfway through my year 11 I left, and I made a decision to go back to Cuba and play a bit of league and play the game I love more than.
You know how you say
know?
you went back to Keebra? Were you already at Keebra?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So,
Started at Keeper.
started at
Oh,
Cuba,
Keebra.
and
Then you went to
private school, and then I went back to
Oh.
Cuba. So yeah, it was a bit of a ride, and then got to Cuba, played a bit of reserves, and then we actually tried to put an exemption in to play opens, because I came late and I couldn't play it, and so we tried playing that exemption, and yeah, unfortunately we didn't get it done, just because you have to have all 8 schools vote for it. They have to vote for it and say yes, we allow this kid to play opens.
True.
Only 4 of them came back saying yes, and the other 4 said no. So I had to play reserves, and then a bit after that, 1 or 2 games for reserves, they had a few complaints about me playing reserves. So they kind of
So it's
made
been
me
a tough journey.
bit of tears, bit of tears with that journey, and and then Peter Norman, the director of rugby, pulled me aside and said some of the schools are making complaints about me playing reserves, so I had to miss out on a few games because of it. And so we tried to put an exemption in for a reserves game, and only 3 schools came back saying yes, and the other couple schools said no. So I couldn't play against them when we played for reserves. So then now here I am, national next week.
Oh,
It's
man,
awesome,
what
man.
a
It's
journey,
bit of a
eh?
journey, eh?
So, if you don't mind me asking, why was it that you weren't allowed to play? Is it because you didn't play enough games, or
Reserves.
yeah,
Um,
like you know how you said that other schools were complaining?
yeah, I think it's just
You started late.
I started late. So usually when you do start late, you're allowed to play reserves. But I think there was a few complaints from other schools about me playing reserves.
Especially when you're playing a big part in
Yeah,
that team.
yeah.
They do anything to just block you.
yeah.
I think you started
Yeah. Halfway through year 11, eh?
yeah,
Halfway through year 11.
just the end of term 1, and you've got to be enrolled in school before term 1, or at school term 1. And so that's why they're ready to go. But yeah.
Because even can we go back to when you said in the private schools? Because I don't really understand how the private schools are. I'm just starting to understand the rugby league schools. Is it true with the private schools? If you're playing first 15, you can't play in any league. They don't want you to play rugby league in that.
Only if you've got 100% scholarship, eh?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the
Yeah,
scholarship.
yeah. Depends on the scholarship. So me and my family agreed to 75%, so we could play a bit of both league and union.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we were still doing league and union, but they still wouldn't agree with it, and so we had to fight for a bit of league too. So
Because so the way it sounds like is, even though you went there to the private school, but your heart was still in league.
yeah,
Eh?
100%.
So you love
Yeah.
league. Yeah.
It didn't help too because I think I missed 2 years of footy just because of injury wise, so I didn't get to finish a season for them too. So, I mean, from their point of view, I guess it was quite disappointing me not performing for them, eh? So
Especially like that under the pressure of being like scholarship.
yeah,
Like
exactly right. Yeah,
it can be like I wouldn't know anything. You probably know something about scholarships and that, but like um, when you look at the kids these days, especially coming up in high school and that, like when you gotta like you see kids like performing really well, like oh yeah, that's the kid that he's got a full scholarship at that. Like I hear that a lot, and it's
Yeah.
like you gotta perform to a certain way. Like it's like when you got a scholarship, you got a tag on your head. You got to perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
exactly
I
right.
can only imagine that can be like draining. Yeah, like
Yeah.
what about your upcoming like in school?
Yeah, I think it was similar because I did my schooling in Brisbane, but I went to a league school. But I had close boys that were at rugby schools, and yeah, there's always that battle, and I can see both sides. Like they want to try and get the best talent into rugby and hold them, and then the other way as well. But yeah, I it always come down to like the player or the boy on where their heart lied, and it always just works itself out.
Yeah, because I could understand. Like I'm just starting to see like a lot of rugby union are not liking the rugby league players. They like if you like
Yeah.
or like I'm just saying from what I've experienced. I've seen rugby league kids go to a rugby union team dominate, and then they get labelled those rugby league kids. You know, because they're killing it in the union. You know what I mean? The coaches are trying to. It's like they don't. Like don't get me wrong. Like I could be, like, but this is just what I see. You know what I mean? It's like
nah, I'm with you, bro.
to me, it's like with when you like rugby league and you see a player come from rugby, it's cool when you see that. But for some reason, the way I see it, if you're a rugby league kid going into rugby union, it's like everyone starts talking like, oh, that kid, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because he's dominating or something. We don't know,
Yeah.
So it's a big talk that's going around a lot. I still see it in the
honestly, yeah. Especially you look in the NRL and like the Wallabies here in Australia.
Yeah.
That battle
It
and
is
like that fight for the talent, and I think that a lot of the talent is in league, and just the way it is. But I suppose you look in New Zealand, it might be sort of even or slightly favouring rugby.
Yeah, rugby. Yeah, but I think with that it comes to the how the kids are developed. You know what I mean?
100%,
So
yeah.
like, I think with the rugby league, the development is like really high.
Yeah, the
Starts
standard
at,
of
year 7. When you go to like Kibra, I think like yourself, I think the kids it starts from year 7.
Yeah,
They start
it's
developing
crazy,
the
yeah.
kids. But
development. But yeah.
what I heard is like a family of mine goes to a union school. They don't start till first 15 where it's serious. Yeah, I think that's year 10 or something.
Yes.
Hey, so it's a big rough idea. Like, and I've got family that they're against rugby league. Like they don't like rugby. But we always have these battles. You know what I mean? But like going back to like your story, like how you went to that private school you went to. How was that like draining? Like you know what I mean? Like not getting to play. Is it because you were with them, but you were still playing league on the side that they didn't like?
So I was still playing league, but then at the same time I'd get injured through league, so I couldn't play any union for the school, and yeah, that wasn't a very good look, was it? So yeah, it made it 10 times worse, and then
And what was that like when they put you to C grade and they told you because of that?
Oh, it was pretty challenging. There was a few times I had to cry to bed because you want to play that level of footy, that high level of footy, but here you are at the bottom because it's just. And then I think I look at it and it's like a bit of a character development kind of thing. It's just testing your character.
Yeah.
And I think when you get to that bottom stage, it's just people are just watching you, waiting for you to respond this way, certain way, and so the way you respond to it is like, it's either you respond with it with a positive thing or a negative thing, and then so yeah.
That's good. I love your mindset around it too.
Yeah.
I think I can sort of tell you love like the challenge,
Yeah, big time.
which is important, for anything in
He's
life.
been through a couple of challenges, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I could feel it, man, and it's cool to hear that the way he responds to it, eh? So.
yeah.
But it was a journey, though. If you don't mind me jumping on, son. It was a journey, though, because you're seeing your son has potential, move to the third 15, and what was challenging for him was his friends and peers were on that side of the field, and he was training with boys that were half his size, but at the same time, we would highlight the way he was engaging with those young kids. Like some of them were just like adoring him, and he's just like, but and we were telling
They were
him,
in happy as.
but we were telling him that it's an opportunity for him to grow and just learn, and it was a kick in the mouth for him just a little bit in regards to being dropped there because he chose to go to Queensland City team but yeah. That was his journey over at Terrace. It was a great school.
Yeah.
Great school. He's got some really good friends there. They're still good friends. Some of his besties there. But yeah, and obviously coming from mainstream where all of yous are brown
Yeah.
to like 5 of yous.
Just the table of us, It was just a table of us, and we'd just sit together, share food, We'll all go get something to eat. And everyone would get a piece of bread, I don't know. Just chuck it in the middle of the table. Everyone's just staring at us like we're having a feast to ourselves. Just staring at us, and kids are like, "What are you doing?" Like,
So he had a great run at the Terrace, but he also got to do like other things too.
Yeah.
Polly
It was
did
also-
rowing, bro.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I did a few other sports as well. I did rowing. Was that about it? Just rowing.
It was mainly rowing, like
Yeah.
full on suit, full on.
Oh, actual, yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning.
I only did it for the breakfast, to be honest. It lasts me till dinner. So, mate, that's me. Set for the day.
If you said, I would believe if you said basketball because how tall.
Yeah. Well, I did basketball when I was quite young. It was funny because when we first started at Keebra, I was a swimmer and doing athletics, so footy wasn't a thing for me back in year 7 and 8.
Oh, true. So how old were you when you actually started playing?
Yeah, so because we couldn't get into a high school at the time.
Yeah, do you want me to elaborate a little bit? So Polly was, when he was year 6, he played under, so you should be playing under 11s, I think. It was year 6, I can't remember. Anyway, Polly played above his year. So during that time, when you were year 6, all recruiters are out in the fields trying to start to bring kids and offer them league scholarships for school. Polly didn't have one. He didn't have one. No one came to us. We were just like, oh. And we were living in Redbank, and the only school that would take him would be Redbank State High School. Nothing against Redbank.
Yeah.
But it was just by chance that Polly's dad, Dom, was working at Keebra. He works as a transition pathway officer for EQ, and he was looking after Keebra, and he just asked Mr. Campbell.
It was tough though.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Dad, I think, because he tried being a coach for multiple schools just to get me into a school. Because one of the challenges was my behaviour. My behaviour at the time wasn't on where it was supposed to be, and Dad tried his best just to get me into a good school, and he tried IGS declined, all the private schools said no, Brisbane State High, no.
Yeah.
And there was only one school that gave me a chance, and it was Keebra, and I was like, okay, I'll take it.
So Mr. Campbell turned around and said, what's your son's name? Where did he play? And Dom was like, Redbank, but he didn't play in his age group, he plays a year higher. And he goes, what? He goes, he plays a year higher. He goes, what position? He's a winger.
Yeah.
He goes, do you have a spot for my son? And Mr. Campbell goes, go to the reception lady and tell them to put your son's name on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's when we're like, oh my gosh, he's going to keeper. We were like, he's going to a school. He's going to a school.
But I think for me at the time, I just thought, footy was just there. It was just there because it's always been around us. Because, mum and dad were running a program for young athletes coming through. What was it called?
Athletes for Life.
Yeah. So young athletes would come through, like same age as I am now, and I'll be training with them. But I'm only like what,
Six,
seven. So it's always been around us, But for me, basketball, swimming, and athletics were my main sports. Like those were my top-notch sports. So when I first started, year 7 and 8, I was in the swimming academy of
You
Peter
swam
Norman.
for school.
Yeah, so it was like
But he got out of the pool.
Peter Norman was my the rugby director was my coach for swimming.
Oh,
And
geez.
so he
Wow.
was so when he saw me playing rugby as well, he's just like, oh, you're my swimmer and you're playing rugby. I was like, and then I took the opportunity to play footy from year 8, and then since then just everything just fell into place.
Everything's just falling in, eh?
Yeah,
Oh, no. What a journey, man.
yeah, it is a bit of a journey.
Yeah. And so this is your last year at school, eh?
Yeah, last year school.
Man, I was thinking you were playing footy from young, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
no.
like everyone's
Yeah.
pretty much, they start at 6, 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
He played Logan Brothers when he was 6, but they were just there to have a good time.
just a good
they were
time.
just
That age group, just have fun, eh?
right.
But yeah, the interest, never really thought rugby was going to be a thing for me, to be honest. I thought I was going to touch a basketball and
Yeah. No, honestly, I would believe you if you said it because how tall you are.
Yeah.
and then I don't know, something just fell in and found myself holding a rugby ball instead. So
And when did you realize like footy was like,
Yeah.
because I know, we all played like these sports and that, but when did you actually realize like this is the thing I want? Like,
year 9,
When
when I started Gregory Terrace, that's when things started getting pretty serious and I couldn't do other sports like I wanted to. It was just, you got to do this. Because as soon as you sign with papers and stuff, man, they're pretty switched on, eh? Especially the Broncos, they're like, oh yeah, you got to do this. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't too good, eh?
So you signed with the Broncos,
Yeah,
and how old were you when you signed with the Broncos?
15, eh? 15.
That's cool, eh? Yeah, ex-Bronco, yeah. If you did, that's cool, man. So like, so now that you finished school, where does that go from there? When you're signed with Broncos, how does that look?
Depending on what they offer you, eh? Sometimes you might be going to development program, which is just above the senior academy, and then or you just go straight to the top 30, or you just stay at that emerging level where you're just still developing, yeah. So
That's what a journey, eh? Yeah. Good on you, man. So, we'll take it back from, like it's cool. We got to the school and then, like, with coming from England, how did it start when you went to England with your husband? Like,
Yeah. So Dom played World Cup here for 2003 Rugby Union World Cup. So he played for Manu Samoa.
oh, true.
And while he was here, but my husband, Wellington's union, it's really union. But so he's just like Pale, he would get in trouble for school playing union at union because he played league for club. So he's a league. He loves league. He even got dropped from the first 15 because he played league club. Then he played soccer 11. I can't remember. I'm telling you, brother, that played soccer. And so after that World Cup, Apollo Perlini from St Helens picked, made a call and took my husband over there with another guy named Mori Fasavalu. And then, he went from, so he was really lucky. He got to play both coasts professionally. And that's what he was trying to do for Pele, just to give him that. That's why
The opportunity.
yeah, we just wanted him to get a feel of both coasts because the world's massive out there. There's so many
100%.
opportunities there, and then he can choose himself later, for himself later. So that's how we ended up in Europe, and we were there nearly 8-9 years.
And then what made you come over here?
The weather.
Yeah, I bet.
It's the weather, yeah. So when he retired, we went back to New Zealand. We were there for 2 days. we had 2 containers, one coming from England, one coming from south of France, and we had to make a call. And my husband said, "I played World Cup in Brisbane. It's really warm." We're like, "Let's go," because we were done. They were wearing beanies, gloves, they're always wrapped up, and then my kids are just running outside with their no shoes, shorts, no tops, and just and that's what brought us to Brisbane.
Do you know anyone here, or your husband just like, nah, it's just...
Dom's best friend Monty was living here. The guy I grew up with is my brother. I call my brother Feaunati. He was living here. So those were the only 2 connections we really had. But then you move here, and then you start finding the rest of your family.
Everyone, hey, we're family. We go.
Correct. Then reconnected with my Winterstein family here. Just everybody was just popping up left, right, and centre. So it's been the best move ever. God's timing though, bringing us in this space.
Yeah, what a journey, hey. It's crazy. I've heard come from New Zealand or come from the islands, but not from England.
Yeah.
Well, we're really from Wellington, but it was a good journey. Hey, I mean, they don't remember much of it, but that's why we laugh when he tells people he's born in Auckland, because we're not from Auckland. We're from Wellington.
Say Wellington. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. So, with your now that you with all your journey and that, and obviously, we go through our rough times, right? Not many people, like you would understand that, like is like mental health. You know what I mean? And sometimes sports plays a big part. And the good thing about it, in the rugby programs now, they've got the mental health programs. Like they run through the academies and the clubs and that. But as a young athlete coming up through the school ranks, how's your actual mental health been with footy? Like we all go through rough stages, right? But not many people see it. You know what I mean? And like when I look at you on the field and that, it's what's really like behind that. Because we see talent, but we don't get to see what's behind that. You know what I mean? Like obviously you've worked your butt off to get there. You know what I mean? And especially your age group now, footy's serious. And you got to crack it now, or it's too late. You know what I mean? So take us through that, man.
I completely forgot the question.
No, just your mental health, like coming through at school. You know?
Yeah, I think during the season where I was transitioning from a public school to a private school, that was probably one of the hardest ones. Just because of the standard of things that's happening around you, the standard of footy, standard of education, And I think one of the best ones that my dad gave me advice was just keep moving, like just keep going. Like it's hard. It's gonna get hard. It's never easy. If it was easy, everyone else would be doing it. You know what I mean? So my dad just kept on telling me, keep going, just keep going. Just keep chipping away, and that's exactly what I did. And I think it was hard to watch too, because I'm crying to bed and then crying myself to bed because I don't want to be there, And then I look at my mum and she's also crying, and it's just not. You don't want to see your mum crying, obviously, But you still got your your tough love dad that's still chipping at you, going, keep going, And that dad's always
love,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, there's tough love, But yeah, it was a rough road, to be honest, and it was hard to you have to sacrifice a lot of things, And I think my dad also told me just being uncomfortable. If once you learn that part, then man, after that no one can stop you really, because once you get uncomfortable, that's when it's easy to like you find it comfortable. You know what I mean? So it's a good journey.
Right.
Yeah, and you learn about yourself as well. You learn more about yourself and as a character, and then you end up carrying yourself differently around people. So yeah, it's awesome.
So with that, like, did you miss out a lot of rep footy with that transition? Because the way I'm getting, like, you're going through this transition with the schools, I could just imagine that means you would have missed out a lot of rep, eh?
Yeah,
Mainly school.
Yeah, mainly
You
school
missed out
footy,
a lot of school union footy
because I was still
because of league.
because of league.
Yeah.
So I was missing out on a lot of school footy instead. So, and that wasn't helping, obviously, because they pulled me over and they paid a 64,000 scholarship just for me to be there, and I'm not even playing for them because of league. So
Because you got injured.
yeah, So the first thing they look at me is, we brought you over to play with us, but you're not even playing. You know, so a lot of the kids were looking at me like, oh, it's a waste of money, you know. And as a dark kid too, being in the school, everyone's like, no, you know, the first thing they look at you when you're dark is, he's just good at rugby, he's not good at school. You know, they look at me like that, you know, and I'm like, and it really doubted myself. I really doubted myself, obviously, but, you know, just kept on going, kept moving forward, and beat it.
And you're at what would you say where you're at now with your footy now?
Oh, I love it, eh?
Loving it?
I love my footy now. When I moved back to Kibra, the love for footy just grew again. I was like, I haven't felt like that love of footy in a bit, eh? So
Yeah.
See, that'd be amazing.
How was that
would've-
first week, or getting back into Kibra?
it was awesome. The transition was going back. Yeah, it's exciting, big time.
Yeah.
You know, because when I was going back, a lot of people were doubting me about my journey going back. You know, you might be going backwards instead of going forwards. And you know, a lot of people at private schools like, if you do this, you will ruin your career. And I took the challenge. You know, and I took the challenge, and here we are playing nationals and next week.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still doing
Massive.
it.
Yeah.
But the main thing is you're still loving it.
Yeah, exactly right. And I love the sport
I
too.
believe I'm a big believer. If you love what you're doing, you're gonna just everything will fall into place. But if you're doing it because you know you have to, or someone's forcing you, you know, you can only go to a certain place.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that you fall in love with the game. You know, after being through all of that,
Yeah.
man, and being a young kid, you know what I mean, going through
Yeah.
that stuff was I don't know, like what is like being in first grade, NRL, and then man, you're competing all the time, like even off the field, eh?
Yeah.
So like
I-
you'll go through your phases, eh? Like when your love for the game will fade, and then will it come back or?
Yeah, it was weird. I was looking at Pale, and I remember being like in your position, like I'm just about to finish school, and I was with the boys, and then the very next year I'm with like my idols, and I was like, bit of a like you had to pinch yourself, eh?
Yeah.
I was also like starstruck, but trying to be their teammate, so it was real random. But I didn't want to show them. I was like, I just do whatever they said. But coming back to what you said, you go through like phases for sure, and it's all learnings. Like when I look back at my career, I think what I did well in such a competitive environment was to just keep challenging myself. Or like, how can I get better? Like, how can I get better? Just that 1%. And I think nowadays, even looking at Kibra and I suppose the environment they have there, it's a really good stepping stone for boys and girls now, stepping into whether it be whatever NRL system or NRLW system. Like, I think they prepare them very well. Whereas back in the day, it's sort of like just go in and like head first. But at the same time, like I'm sure you put in situations like you said where you're uncomfortable, but that's where you grow.
That's a good one. Uncomfortable, eh? I hear that a lot. So, and like you said, like your dad said, you know, just get uncomfortable, and then that's the best way. It's like getting thrown in the deep end. What about you, Mum? How was it? Like, take us through these moments.
His journey of being a mom.
Being a mum, like, what does it look like for your
It's
side?
hard, eh? As a parent, you want nothing but the best, eh? And you're the biggest advocate, and you find no wrongs sometimes. Like it's never Polly's fault, but that's where my husband, and that's where Dad brings it back to. He's like, it is. He needs to train harder, and you're like, okay, cool. The only thing that we just encouraged Bali was just to learn, pray, always go to God in these times. But regardless of who they were and what they wanted, just to be kind to himself as well as others, if that makes sense. Because we're always telling him, yes, we can't control what other people, but we can control how we're supposed to. We're like, he'll get frustrated. Let's be honest. He'll get frustrated, but we're just like, kind, be kind. If it's a coach that's, because Bali's right, there'd be times where we head coaches make comments, under their breath about him playing league when he should have been playing union or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, and, you know, for us as parents, you want to go.
You're ready
Let's
for
go.
it.
You know, but at the same time, we're trying to display that we're Christ-like, we're with God, and we're meant to show love and kindness. So it starts with us, eh? And so that's what we're always reminding him. But we were there for every hurdle he fell over or every tear. But we knew it was going to be a tough journey. And like his dad said, hey, if everyone could do it, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
But there's only a small window. That's right. And his dad always tells him, there's only a small window. And what else does dad always say? He always says, school's easy. School's the easy
The
part.
easiest life, yeah.
He goes, what matters now is this part, son. He keeps telling his son.
Yeah, he always reminds me, it's like the career starts now. It's like your career hasn't even started yet until you leave school, and then he goes, that's when you'll see the people sort of drop off. And
And it's true.
Yeah.
I'm a believer that I've seen, like, well, I've never played, but like growing up in that thing, like you said, I've seen, like, even the Winter Steins, there's so much talent out these ways. I've seen everyone go, and then they just start dropping off after school, and then, you know what I mean? And then, like, out here in the West, it's footy or jail. Like, that's the only, like, my generation growing up. And, man, you only find one or two. Like, they came in, I think the biggest one that we've seen come out of the West was Milford. Like, you know, to see him crack the NRL was like a big thing for the West Side. You know what I mean? And like, your dad is absolutely right, man. Like, you're at that age now where it's gonna matter.
yeah, exactly right.
And I guess we always tell Bale to, it's okay if it doesn't work out, though.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, you know, even for our young boys or the generation before us they were superstars in school and made all these contracts and reps, and then football didn't work. That's okay. But he has to accept that it's not okay, eh? Not us, you know. So his dad will tell him, Bale, if you don't want to do this, if this isn't something you wake up thinking about doing or you do the extras yourself, then that's okay. Well, there were moments where dads were like, that's okay then. And we're like, is it? You know, but then there are times where, you know, he just tells Bale, it's all right. We tell him, it's all right. But just for now, enjoy that journey and just go for it. Just that small window, right?
It's good. Like I said, you found that love for the game, and that's a good thing, because now that you're coming to that time where it matters, love the game, hey, you just gotta keep on striving. That's good. So where's dad coming here? Like, usually where does dad come in the picture with footy in that? Like, what's he like?
No, he's pretty straightforward, eh? He's pretty blunt. You know, he always reminds me, he always reminds me, like, you know, my identity isn't footy, you know? He reminds me all the time, it's like, your identity's Christ, your faith, that's your identity, it's not footy. And he always reminds me, and I always say straight up with me, he's like, just stay on top of it, stay on top of your faith, because that will look after you. The footy stuff will look after itself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and he always reminds me, just work hard in school, because then, you know, footy will look after itself, and then it'll be sweet. And you know, I took his advice, and it's taken me places, and it's obviously it's still working. So I just stay at it.
Yeah, it's
That's cool. Yeah. But there's with the, you know, with the extras in that, with that, like, what do you do extras in that, like behind
The extras in the classroom. That's extras. Those are the extras. Those are the ones where, you know, it's funny enough because I just do my work in class and in the corner, and all my friends are sitting in the good, and they're laughing at me, and I'm asking Miss questions, and they're all just still laughing at me. I'm like, oh, well, I'm just gonna listen to my dad, just do my work, and, you know, and I just let the footy take care of itself.
Man, that's crazy. I've never heard that before.
So yeah, that's pretty switched on there.
Her dad?
That
Yeah, he's not bad. He's great.
No, I actually love that. I like that. That is, I like that message. Like you say, like funny to say, because I was that kid laughing at this. You know what I mean? Like, those kids, the island kids at the front. I was like, you know, I was running on muck. You know, like, you know, there's playing no sports, nothing, but trying to be that funny guy. And man, to hear that, like, I always hear like young athletes doing the work out in the field, like the extras that no one sees. But that for you to say that, like, that's where the extras in the classroom.
Well, his extras are in the class because you got to work on the stuff that you're not too great on. But to add to what you asked, Pale, just before, Dom was one. His dad was that person that used to train them, flog them quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a
When they're naughty, he flogs them. That was his go-to. But I think it was when Pale got to year 8. That's when Dom realised, look, if you want to do it yourself. I'm not gonna. Hey, is it
Yeah,
when do you
yeah.
think Dad stopped?
It was around that age.
Dom-
He just said, "No, okay, if you want it, you will do it yourself, and you do the extras yourself."
Yeah.
He just let me do my thing, and
Yeah,
so
that's when Dad stopped, eh?
Yeah.
'Cause
he softened up. a
wait,
little
what
bit.
was one of the other things? I'm not driving. Dad's talk about petrol prices and driving all that way, and your son doesn't touch the ball.
Yeah.
So, and he that's when he came up with the 50-50. I'll do my bit and get you there, but you got to show me that you're training for me to take you. So that's what when they started training hard. But me, Mum would be like, "I'll take you wherever you want. Whatever you need to do, darling." Yeah, but his dad came up with that, so then they needed to show their dad that they were committed to their training
For him
for
to,
their dad to go and take them to their games or to their trainings. So
Yeah, I
the
love
extras,
that.
the extras. So
No, I love that.
Tucky.
Like, that's different, you know what I mean? Because it's mostly I always just hear the dad's like, "Nah, we're going to the field." Well, that's how my older brother was. Like my dad was just he played crap on the footy. He went straight from there to the fields and did extra straight after the game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was tough love.
Yeah, tough love.
No, but
no, he didn't. He wasn't that one that was nah. Or no school
He
holidays.
had a bit of a phase where he did. He was quite strict on
like
us. with
7,
the
8.
training.
He's 7, 8.
Yeah, trainings and stuff. But then I don't know, after a bit, it just softened up a little bit.
I think school holidays because obviously kids are gamers.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to touch a game unless you what.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to touch the game unless we did a block run.
oh,
I did a bit of
shit.
training, so
yeah,
it was
Under a certain time.
under a
Gotta
certain
earn
time.
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, so with that's that's different. Eh? Like, I've never heard like this is. I don't know. It's good. It's a good thing for especially listeners because I've heard totally opposite. And this is actually a good way. Like I like parents like me, I get to learn. You know what I mean? So start telling my son, "Hey, if you want it, you can do it yourself."
It is similar though. Like I hear a lot of stories about like what you're saying, like especially your dad. Like they're your biggest fan. They want they want the best for you. And but very similar to you. Like when I was like maybe 14, 15, I don't know. My dad didn't tell me to, but I was driving my own extras and training. Which when I look back it would give me confidence, as I got older and older, and it just works out and just make the next thing. Yep. Achieve the next thing. But also in the classroom, because I know what you mean. Back then it was called OP or like you either study, like you either, when you're at high school, you either do like the hard subjects to go to uni or you do like just the recreational ones. All the boys are doing that. But then my dad always said, "Nah, you need to work hard. Like essentially apply effort in everything I do." Which at the time I was like, man, like the boys are having fun. At the same time, I was like, half scared, so I didn't want to like muck around. But yeah, similar. Like I think it did help me a lot, just in being the person I became, or still becoming. I'm still learning. But yeah, it's funny you say that. I hadn't really thought about that myself, but I do remember clearly being in high school, being one of the boys. The only boys that was doing that.
That's cool.
Nah, it's cool. And what now that you're a dad, how do you push
Yeah,
it forward to, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Similar. I get it what Dom's saying because Nixon, my son, and I'm the same. try and help him and push him and things. But it's a point now where like there's no point me doing it. If you want it, I want a goal, and whatever it may be, you need to work hard for it. So, and I'll support it. Like all my kids, so I've got 2 younger girls. They love their league and touch too, which is good. I was sort of like, stay in league. Yeah. But and my youngest boy, but yeah, similar. I want them to want it, really want it. But yeah, if I see them like it's been 2 days or a few days, like, bro, what's going on? You
And I think it's just like a reminder, like a reminder check, you know. We get it like as parents, like obviously, like for myself, like I've been through that phase, that ugly phase where I've seen my son when he doesn't make a rep team, and to me it's like you didn't work hard to, you know, like that's how it started, you know, like he come up to me and was like, I want to go trial for this district team. I was just like, it's like man, you don't even train. Like you want to go over there and you want to be shocked what's gonna hit you out there. And he's just like, no, all my boys are doing it. I just want to do it. I said, all right, as long as you understand, just go have fun. You know, because I literally I've seen my brothers get pumped by my dad like in extras and that, and I didn't. So I went through a phase where I told my wife I just want my son to, whatever sport he wants to play, go do it. Love what you do. That's what we're gonna do. And rugby league was the one I didn't want him to do because I've seen my brother like just go through like a crazy journey, you know, with rugby league. So my son came back and he's like, "Dad, I want to go trial for this game." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet, we'll go." But I said, "Just remember, you're not gonna get picked." And I was being straight up, you know, because I told him those kids that are going trial, they worked their ass off to be there. We went there, didn't make it, came back home, and we're driving home. He was all right walking, you know, his boys made it, jumped in the car on our way home, and then he wasn't himself. The music was up and he was just looking out the window. And then I was just like, you know, me is like, I've seen my dad just tell my brother, you're crap. Like, you know, you don't think. But with me, I was like, yeah, this is different when my son say, I tell him, he says, hey, tell me how you feel. And then he's just like, no, I'm all good. I was like, tell me how you feel. Right, he just started crying. Hey, and I was like, when he broke down, I was just like, what are you crying for? I told you weren't going to make it. Like those kids, because he was getting bashed out there. Like the kids out there were just flogging him. Every time he got the ball, 2 big boys just pumped him, ball went flying. And okay, like I told you, you know. And he's like, nah, I'm not upset I didn't make it. I'm upset because I was scared out there.
Oh.
And when he said that to me, I was like, man, I felt bad as a dad that I never prepped him well for, you know, to go. And to me, I looked at it and I said, those kids out there, you should be happy because those kids are good players. And for you to step out there, you know what I mean? It just showed your character. Because every time he got smashed, he was still running. You know what I mean? He kept on running and get smashed again. I was just like, this guy's not going to give up. You know what I mean? And then, man, like, short story, like, after that, with Joe Herman, I told him, wipe your tears, that's done now. He wipes it and he goes, Dad, I want to play rugby league. I was like, you don't want to go through that stage, man. Like I'm telling you now, it's tough. It is like, I want to play rugby league. And I told my wife, no, you're not doing it. Go do a different sport. And that's when my wife just said, no, do it for him. If he wants it, don't do it. Don't choose it for him because you're going what you've seen, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's where I believe in. If you love it,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna do it. So, and that's why I tell him all the time: if you're gonna love something, go 100%. You know, don't go half-assed because the boys are doing it. If you want it, let's do it. And then that's where it starts. You know what I mean? And ever since then, it's just work. You know, when you feel like you achieved the goal, what's your next one? You know what I mean? It's like, I want to make this team. But every time he makes these teams, I always say to him, when you get that jersey, we look at the jersey, this doesn't mean you're better than anyone. This is just a reward of your hard work. You know, there's hard extras that no one does that, you know, you like to sit there. So it's a cool journey that you get to witness and see at the same time. But man, like as your age now, this is the real world. You know what I mean? Like this is just me talking to my son at a young age, but the scary thing, it's scary,
Yeah.
but you just gotta embrace it. Hey,
How old's your son?
he's 12. Yeah, so
She's 7.
yeah, he goes to the same school.
Oh, that's-
yeah.
Oh,
He plays
right.
with his sons in the same
right.
team.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Kira.
yeah. So they all like Kira. It's trust me. I was funny because I was talking to my wife about having him on, and my son was like, "What was her name?" I was like, Pale. He's like, he goes, "I know him. He's cool as." And I was like, "You don't know him. You're only year 7. He's year 12." So he was talking, but yeah, he says a lot of nice things about
I
you.
always
man.
hang out with my year 7. We sit together sometimes too. We're telling him and his boy too.
I asked him, I was like, "How do you know him?" He's like, "No, I was hanging around with him at school." I was like, "Bruh, when I was in school, you get a hiding meeting."
Humbling thing too when you hang out around with a little year 7s, you know, and like keeps you humble, keeps you grounded. Like you're not big enough, you know, you're no bigger than no one, you know. So when you hang out with like, you know, like your boys, when we hang around with them, you know, it keeps us humble. It's like it's a reminder that, you know, we're not bigger than anyone else. We're just
Thanks for that, man. You know, if you see him around, just slap him. It's a cool thing. Like, you know, it's a small world. Like, especially Kira is I'm a big believer of like it's a good school. Um, it's been tough because we come out from these ways, just like you. You know what I mean? And I was never ever thought I'll be looking for a rugby school for my son. And we're just lucky enough. Kira, you know, came in the picture. They see something in him, and he's loving it. You know what I mean? And like you said, the extras, like that's my wife's job. She does that with my son. It's like, there's Grace's job. You're coming out. Yes, you know what I mean. So that's where my wife comes in. She looks after, makes sure like those grades are staying top, and the biggest thing is attendance. You know what I mean? Like you're not too cool to have days off for school. You know what I mean? Like, so she does it. Like, if you're staying from school, yeah, there's cleaning all day at home. So that makes them go to school every day. That's cool, man. Like I'm excited for you, especially for you know where your journey goes from here. Like man, it's a tough gig that you went through at a young age. You know, not many people. Like I've seen a lot of boys go through it at this age where you're at now, especially with clubs. Like they go into clubs, they get injured at this club, then that club gets rid of them. They're looking for another club. You know what I mean? Like you were going through it with schools.
yeah, I think I've considered myself quite lucky actually. Going through that quite early actually made me realize, you know, how blessed I am to go through that situation now than later on, you know, because you're right too. Some of the boys do go through that at this age, like my age now. So I'm lucky enough. I got to go through it at a young age, so got to experience those hard ones, and yeah,
It's just gonna build you to the character, you know, tough character. Like he's like your dad, man. Like everything he's done with you, it shows the way you are. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, look.
oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
Whoa.
Sorry. Wait. Oh, wait.
Mine played a big part.
I forgot about. Sorry, I wasn't being funny. Nah, like you know, just with him saying like it's true. You can make all these rep teams and all that in school and that, but it doesn't matter when you get to the age you are now. Like you know, finishing school, man. So keep up the good work, man. Yeah.
Are you excited for next week?
Yeah, man, I'm nervous, hey.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys are massive, man. It's
Have
like,
you been watching them?
yeah,
the
we've been
city?
doing a lot of video reviews too, man. We've been stuck into the books, you know. So it's gonna be good.
Is there a particular player that you're looking at?
Don't want to say too much.
Alright, this drops after. This doesn't drop till after your audition. Nah, that's cool. So you all fly out when?
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
Are you just going, Mum? To the
100. Yeah, man, these milestones are, they don't come once. So, yeah, it was really important that we get down there and support him. He's been wanting this for years. And I think it was, I think we go back to when because he didn't know what high school he was going to, right? and we told him to move the mouse because he was like, "What high school am I going to?" And he was year 6. We were like, "Just move the mouse." And when we moved the mouse, it was David Fafita.
Where?
It was David Fafita on the screen,
Oh,
holding the thing, holding his trophy like this, and he turned around with us and goes, "Am I going to Kibra?" Dad was keen, I wasn't, because wait, we live out west.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is this year 7 student gonna get from Ipswich to Dad keeps going, "Boo's character," but I was like, it's my baby. But what sealed the heart for me was you pulled up to Goodness Station and there was 12 other boys,
Kibra.
Senior boys just waiting
senior
for me.
boys.
Yeah, just all like, "No, we got you. We'll look after you."
Yeah, all from out
Wow,
west.
that's so cool.
So
And it was
now
the
it's just
senior boy- yeah, and
now it's just
juniors.
like a thing that goes through years now. Like over the years now, it's just a normal thing looking after the young ones, you know. And you feed them too. If they're hungry, you feed them. Like it's just the way it works at Kibra now, and we want to keep it like that. We don't want to change it because that's why it's.
I understand with coming from Gordon Ipswich. What time is that train leave?
4:40.
In the morning?
4:40 train. So, but when we got there were, and Pale is like, I think he was small, but there were smaller kids that were year 7 going to Kira, and they're like Tomasi and Ethan. And then there were these big senior boys, but all hanging out together, and it brought comfort to me as a mum. For Dad, it's like, it's going to build character. It's a good thing. Independence, yada, yada. And you're like, okay. But me, I'm like, what? This is too much. So that brought comfort to me as a parent, and Kibra's history in regards to what they've done, and the Fafitas of the world, the Pain houses, heaps of them that come through that mattered, but it wasn't very important. It was just safety for me going on the train.
See, now you're giving me hope now.
Yeah.
No, with my son, it's true because when we picked Kira, that was the biggest thing. My wife was scared about the trains.
Yeah.
And I think at the time I was working at the juvie.
Yeah, okay.
And when I worked at the juvie, a lot of those kids hang around the train stations.
Yeah.
And that's why my wife was like, hell no, he's going to Kira. But like you said, we picked him up and we see these senior kids just walking, high-fiving, and we're like, man, it was never like that back in our days, man. You know what I mean? And to see that, and it's funny because even when you get a recovery, like I think he's your winger, Tomasi. Oh, is it Tongan?
So
Say our voices.
it's funny enough, he went to private school with me.
Oh,
So we went
We
together.
went to the same
So he went to Maple Park and I went to Kibra, and we both met up at Gregory Terrace together. And then I left and then he came with me to Kibra. So now we're both
he
together.
will be coming on here soon. Don't worry about getting his I had spoke to his dad, but no, it's good because like this is a thing. I went to recovery. I took my son to recovery, and my wife was like tripping out because he was at recovery, and he hops out the pool and he comes and says what's up to like my son, and we're like, how does he know this kid? Like, always just sitting there, we're like, you know what I mean? And I love the culture there that you guys have. That's just for seeing my son wanting to get up every morning and hearing like your guys' story with him, like getting up that early, like it gives me hope.
Oh yeah, but you kind of you hold your chin up. Like a year later, when everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, your son's so independent," I'm like, "I know." Really, if you'd come see me a year ago, I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, right."
Nah, and you can see it, you know what I mean, with the culture that they have when they all come off the train and everything, you know.
So good.
So that's a big thing because, man, 4:00 in the morning is not easy.
Yeah.
4:40 the train.
4:48.
See, that's the time of your train, but what time do you wake up?
4?
Yeah, but he still wakes up at 4 now. It's like
Yeah, it's like a bit of a habit thing. So like, when you fall into the habit, you try and sleep in, and it's sleep in 7 o'clock. That's the longest sleeping you'll get.
And when Terrace said when he was at Gregory Terrace, and they were like, so we really want to get you to do rowing, but you'd have to be up about 4.
No,
We're like,
it was be there at 3:30.
oh, sorry, they had to be there 3:30 to start rowing at 4. And then they'd look worried, like, but Polly's like, I'm already up that early.
Yeah.
Thanks
that's
to
all
going
good.
to Kibra.
Yeah.
Because he was so used to going to Kibra waking up early. When it came to rowing, it was easy. It was easy for him to. And now it still happens. Just he drives now. That's all.
Oh,
it
true.
is.
So you just drive to school now?
Yeah.
Must be nice, eh?
Yeah. No, that's cool because like it's a with you getting up that early sometimes, because when I do look at my son, it's like when they're tired after school, man, I feel bad, like, you know what I mean, like, but then like, you know, hearing you, like, you went through it, and there's other kids that have been
Yeah,
through
yeah,
it as
yeah.
well at Kira, so it's like it's the best thing that I want for him. But it's a thing that like we manage as parents to make sure he's getting that extra sleep. You know what I mean? Going to bed early and all that. So yeah, it's like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
No, and now that you're coming out, you're finishing school now.
Yeah.
What's the
Can't believe I'm finishing school.
how many weeks left?
One
1 week.
more week, eh?
One more week of school
One more
for
week of
everyone goes
school.
into exams, and then they've got graduation, and then pretty much done. Right?
Yeah.
Time's it's too fast. And it's funny, he's coming year 12 and your boys are going in year 7.
Yeah, just started.
So cute. It's so cute.
It's awesome. I'm excited for the boys too, man.
It's a long road ahead, but you know what I mean. It gives me hope when I hear how you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
And everyone's journey is
Yeah,
different
everyone's
as well.
different.
Like,
Everyone's different.
and parenting.
Yeah.
100%. And when you know, just with the one thing I wanted to touch base on before we finish was you know, with like footy and that, how he was going through all of that with the schools and that. Now you see his journey like starting to, you know, fall in love. Like how is it for like you and your husband? Like
Oh, you know, as parents, you know, when they hurt, we hurt, eh?
yeah.
When you were talking about your son not making the team, when Polly had trialed for, it's funny, it's funny
Same
now,
one,
but it wasn't
same
funny then, for the same one. It was for the Queensland under 12s, eh? Queensland under 12s, and one were biased as parents, right? So you see your son's killing it. You're like, wow, he's going to make it. And this was Polly's first rep opportunity. He's never done districts and all of that before. And we're like, okay, cool, played, had an awesome time, did great. Once again, are we biased? Maybe. They selected the team and he didn't get selected.
What's this for 12?
Under 12s.
Same thing,
Queens,
your boy trial.
Oh, yeah,
Queensland? Is it Queens?
yeah.
Was it Queensland?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, Queensland. Was it Queensland? I can't remember.
It
Yeah,
starts
Queensland.
at 12 years.
Yeah, and he didn't make it. And,
I
you
did
know,
the same thing your son did too. I just wasn't crying, it was normal, and got into the car. I wasn't actually the one that started crying first. It was Dad.
it was Dad.
Dad started crying
Dad,
first. So
Dad, so because we're watching his behaviour and he was cool as a cucumber. Just the way Pele is now, just thrilled, got in the car and it was just silence. And then his dad asked him, "Are you okay, son?" And then he started crying, and then Dom started crying because he was feeling his pain.
Yeah.
And that's when we thought, we're forcing him to swim. We're like, you know what, you should do swimming, maybe rowing, or even water polo. Because we realised, you know, we grew up on sports. We grew up on sports, and we started thinking about our parents and what they went through, and we didn't make certain teams. That would have hurt them, right? Because it hurt us, him not making Queensland under 12s. We're like, if we're hurting now, it's only going to get harder when he gets older. So we had to learn quickly about how to respond to that sort of stuff as parents first, because he can't respond well if we don't get it right. So then we just turned it into a positive, hey? And that's when Dad goes, "You know what, son? I know, and he shared his story, and it was more or less, when he looks back at photos of all his rep sides and stuff like that, there's only like 2 or 3 that ended up playing in the NRL or ended up playing professional football. And he keeps telling Pali, you know what, all that stuff there, enjoy it while you can, but when you finish school, you know, because when what does he go to you? You're going to go hang out with your boys after finish school and you're going to be talking about, remember blah, 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 he was the man in school, you know, but it didn't work out after. So we tried to change it to a positive. But ever since that, Pale was determined to make any rep side.
But yeah, just like your son, like,
Yeah.
man, like you feel what he feels. Like those sort of experience builds what kind of character he's going to be later on. Like it's hard to see it now, but like those experiences that your son's going through now, man, trust me, it'll build his character and it'll soon become a really good, So it's just one of those things you just got to go through. Like in order to become successful, you've got to go through them, otherwise you're not going to learn. So
And like what you said, Mom, it's not really, to me, it's not disappointment of making the team. It's how to
Because it hurts.
It hurt.
Yeah.
That's what it hit me. I didn't care about the rep team because he was only like 10, trialing at 11. But the way he broke down is what got me, because I feel like I failed as a parent to take him to do the thing. But I didn't know he loved the game. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want him to play the game. And like, you know, how you said your husband was upset and all that. Like, man, it was a moment that I had with my son. It was like, all right, if you want this, we're gonna do this, but you better back yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go all the way, and you're half-ass. You know, if we want to do, we'll do it. That's it. And like I could, you know, like that feeling, because he made the Queensland 12s this year.
Nice, congrats.
But the hardest thing is he was knocked out. I think 3 days in the concussion.
Oh,
And my wife was back here, and I was over there. And my son is that type where when I watch him play, he'll get smashed, but he'll still get back up. But this time, he got up stumbling. And to see him still fight his way to his feet and then drop, man, my heart dropped. It just sunk, and I just, straight away, I was just thinking, is this what he wants or is this what I want? You know, I started asking all these questions, you know, and like, that's when I was like, man, I don't care about Queensland anymore. Like, you know what I mean? I want to make sure he's right and all that. And like, you know, go through that stage, like, it didn't help my wife because he's a mama's boy. And she was just crying on the phone, like, I'm coming tomorrow. And I was like, no, wait. He's going to be all right, you know? And the funny thing is, when we went to hospital, he was crying. But the thing was, he's crying because he doesn't get to play again. And I said, so I don't care about the footy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's the last thing, you know? It's your health. That's what important. And he was lucky to still get picked.
Does he play middle?
Yeah.
yeah, he's a big boy.
What position does your son play?
He's the half.
Halfback.
Man, sorry. Speaking of the journey, I've got to put in here, son. Pale played, he's been a winger and a centre at his younger age, 7, 8. Not 7, 8. Year 7, year 8.
9.
Yeah.
9. I
9.
started.
He was playing. He was winger centre.
Because when I first signed the contract, they put me down as a winger centre for Broncos.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, everyone stopped growing and I kept on growing. And so...
No, but it was also because we went to Broncos and Mick goes, what position do you play? Parlay. I like how they call him Parlay. And he goes,
I can imagine.
I don't know, because we were at Waterford at the time and his coaches were putting him at winger, centre, just anywhere that they needed. And but Dom could see his dad could see he was still learning the game. So Dad went down and asked the coach, because our props then were, you know, if we had bigger boys, we had bigger props, and they're amazing. Don went up to Lenny and I forgot his name, his coaches, and said, just chuck my boy in prop so he can learn, because you were scared to tackle away, son. Were you?
Yeah, I think it's everyone's age. Yeah.
As a winger centre, you're like, nah, I don't want to get
And then you
involved in
get
that.
chucked in the middle against his big
You're like, wait a minute, why am I in the middle?
So his dad chucked him in the middle, and then when he was in the middle, because he was fit enough to carry more balls, he started playing there. So when the Broncos met him, they asked him, what position do you prefer, Pale? And he goes, I don't know. And then they go, we'll figure it out for you.
Yeah, it wasn't until like, 2 years after I got signed.
And then
And then they go, you're a forward.
you're
I
a
was like,
prop.
oh, okay.
And
And
then-
that was like year 10. And so year 10, I was just forward.
But as a parent, in the wing and the centre, you're like, oh, cool, I can watch this. And now he's in the middle and he's getting older. I'm like, I can't. Like, I get really anxious. I really have to pray. And I'm a smoker too. So I'm like puffing outside the stadium going, you know, because he's going against massive units in the middle.
But like for yourself,
Yeah.
look at the game now. Is there a big change in the middle?
There is the game definitely evolving, like the speed of it.
The fast, yeah.
Speed of the game.
It was funny because I was actually listening to a podcast of Adam Fanor Blake,
Mm.
and he's in the like one of the best in the middle, and the way he explains it's like a washing machine.
Yeah.
It's just like this.
So
it's so fast. It's just like he said you're waiting for a penalty. You're waiting for someone to chop the ball.
He's right.
to have a rest, you know. And then like the
You're
way
in
he
the washing
explained it,
machine.
yeah, the way he explained, I was just like, man, it must be tough out there, you know. Especially being locked like yourself, right in the middle. Man, you gotta keep that middle tight.
Yeah, you gotta keep that middle tight. Like we basically determine whether we win or not.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's just,
Like they say, hey, you don't win the middle, you don't win the ruck, you don't win the
But
game.
that's when I'm like, I remember, because, you know, I think what I love about the Broncos is they're really family orientated at this level. And like, I can have a laugh with them. And I'd ask Mick, are you sure you don't put him in the wing? He's fast. Like, but that's only because I'm watching the middle, man. And even when my nephews were playing, they went down to Canberra, he's a unit as well. But I used to watch him play for Wavell, just the smacking in the middle. And I used to think, I don't have to worry about that because Bali's a winger. Because his dad was a winger, you know? And now he just plays in the middle, and it's hard for a parent to. So Dom's mum stopped watching him at 14 because she couldn't handle the contact. But for me, I'm pushing through even now to watch him play because it's that middle part. That's why when I'm hearing about your son, I'm like, you know. But big ups to even everybody else that plays there, the halves that may be smaller, they can tackle everything. But I think because Bale's nearly 6'4", everyone thinks he's a monster.
Yeah.
But
No,
they're like wider than you.
yeah. There's a few
that's-
boys that are just wide and
because he's
I think
quite
that-
small.
because if you look at it back in the days, the middles were, as long as they get good 8 minutes out of you, smashing someone, they'll sub you off. But now, if you look at it, like Payne Haas,
yeah, it's like that's a good example.
Well,
Carrigan,
he's tiny though,
but
isn't
they're
he?
small, so that's why I feel like the game so changes that they're looking for the middles as motors. You just gotta
Definitely, yeah. Engine, leg speed.
engines, quick. So, but it's good to hear from your as a mum. Like it's
I'd still
scary
prefer
seeing
headless
Just stand outside the stadium. Is it finished yet?
You know, I'm being real here, you know, but yeah, that's just my go-to. Polly knows that. Like, I just, it's like when he's nervous, we're it's funny. We're cool in front of Polly. We're like, let's pray. You know, do your best. It's all about effort. As soon as he walks out the door, we're like, oh my gosh, are we ready for the game? You know, don't love it. Yeah, it's just for us. It's just don't want the injuries, especially with the concussion world that you're talking about. That's real. That is real.
And honestly,
but he's been blessed.
I think that where it comes with fatigue, you know, that's when you forget about your technique and tackling.
Technique is just thrown out the window.
Yeah, man. Like honestly, like when my son dropped, I was like, but it wasn't even with the tackling. He got the way he landed.
Oh,
You know, it was just in the ruck where they it was a good technique how they tackled him. Because my son likes to find his front, trying to find the front quick fadeable, but they took his arms away from him
Head first.
and he landed and smacked his head. And in Mount Isa, it's like playing on concrete over there. So, but it was good, you know. Like I think as a parent, it's a wake up call. Like you get to actually witness that now, and then you get to have a think about: is this really
worth it.
You know what I mean? So it is a good. We had that conversation, you know, with our son, and my wife's was second thoughts is like, no, I didn't like this game. So, but you know, I wanted to see how he reacted after that, and honestly, his next game after that is like it never happened. So it's just one of those things. It's just build
It comes
character
with the
kind of thing.
sport.
You know what I mean? So, and I said, well, I think it's just because he loves it. You know what I mean? So I said to him, you're playing in the middle. You got to get used to all these cuts and everything. Oh, yeah, you know, black eyes, whatever it is. So no, we don't want to see it, but
I think because he played Sir O'Connell 14. Were you 14?
Yeah, something like that.
And he was, what did the coach say? Coach said, we're just taking you on the.
Yeah, it was just for a learning experience, to be honest. Like I was a year younger, and I was going into the team thinking, oh no, I'll just learn. You know, I'll just go in and learn. And you know, during that time, the game was kind of changing a little bit. Forwards were getting towards that skinny kind of build. And then I found myself starting, and I'm versing two kids that are like 3-4 years older than me, and I'm like, oh mate, what is
yeah,
this?
because that's big, eh? Sir Connor. That's
Yeah,
like
Sir-
that's pretty much straight after school, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's-
no, it's
During
during
school,
but
junior.
it goes by age, not year. So some of the kids I'll be playing against are
under
like year 11, and I'm
17s.
like, mate, what are you doing playing Cyril Connell still? Like,
Under 17s, and he was 14. And we're only, you know, just go try it out, son. And then he came back and goes, I think I made the team. We're like,
yeah.
what do
So
you mean?
yeah, it was weird because I ended up like starting every game after
Yeah, and what club was that?
South Magpies.
Seven. Oh,
The reps that year. And it was him and Doris Sefo.
Doris, yeah.
And that's where he found confidence playing against another contracted Bronco prop who was a year older, similar build. Oh, actually, he was probably wider, eh? He's
He
solid.
was massive.
But just watching him in that space. So now he's Mal Meninga, and it's his second year Mal. The boys are getting bigger. Like, you know, they're
because
just...
Mount Meninga's this year for you, eh? That's it. And then next year you can play. Because what is that? 18?
under
Under
19s.
19s, yeah.
19s. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but these guys are running out with beards, mate.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah. These age groups. Oh, no. That's
But I guess it doesn't matter what position you're playing on the field. It's a tough gig. But for me as a parent, it's because him being a prop just makes it sick. Like I literally feel sick during game days. But he doesn't know that. That's because I'm outside the stadium going.
And I know a lot of moms will relate to you know, especially with their kids playing in the middle and that. But you love it, buddy.
Yeah, I think the contact part, yeah.
Yeah.
I think once you, I don't know, get that contact part, like the first bit of contact, first 10 minutes, and you're like, oh no, let's go.
Yeah, I was
a
going
lot-
to say, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Once kickoff's done, that first round, you're like, oh no, we're in a game now. Yeah, it's a game.
And nowadays, it's like that grinding part's your favorite part of the game. It's not so much the big parts. It's like that grinding part is like you look forward to that part. Like it's fun.
Pretty much who's gonna last the longest.
Yeah. That's when you realize how fun it is. Like you're waiting for them to get tired, and you can run amok, and you're like, yeah, we just won.
Nah, that's cool, man. The way you think, man, it's good. It's good for the game. And so Mount Meninga next year?
Yep, I'm Meninga next year. Yeah.
Yeah, big one, eh? It's going into the big world now. Eh?
Yeah, I know. It's scary.
No,
Scary, man.
it's time to pay.
No, it's exciting, and like obviously your goal is to play in the NRL.
Yeah.
Out there.
So what I learned is like, yeah, rugby league world, like anything can happen. Like you could be starting the very next week. So it's like always like stay ready,
Yeah, exactly. I
be
noticed
prepared,
that.
and like
Yeah.
like just back yourself. Things move quickly.
Yeah, it can move quite quick. Yeah.
Oh, we were just talking
Talking
about,
about it, yeah. Cooper Boy, one of my friends, just played Mal Meninga under 20s, Q Cup, and NRL all in the same year.
Oh wow!
Just like that. Like
Yeah, just like that.
So
It's
that's what you
just,
mean, eh? You just gotta stay prepared.
yeah, like you'll just
man, like
you won't even see it coming. But
I guess that's when it becomes more realistic for someone like Bale because it's one of his mates. You know, it's somebody he's rubbed shoulders with, and he's like,
yeah.
you know, it's right there, like, you know, for the taking. But you know, we always tell him it's yours for the taking. It's
Yeah.
up to him. You know, some of the coaches are saying, Polly, you can cross the road. You just need to work on these things.
fitness.
I didn't say it. You said it.
The same one every time. Fitness.
That's all I said.
Before we end it, I just want to go through, like, you know, everyone has I'll probably ask you as well, you know, the week preparation for game. And, like, take us through, like, what you do, like, say, game days on Sunday.
Sunday.
What's your schedule during the week, and what's your what do you call it before game day? Like
Superstitions or
yeah,
something.
that.
Your your
Ritual.
ritual.
Yeah, because you know how everyone's different. Like the one that just with the podcast we just finished, like we were talking about how bizarre
Oh, with all the
hamburgers
yeah.
and the Coke Nation. I was like, nah, that's next level, man. But you can't complain. Yeah, so take us through
I
your.
think at the start of the week I'd spend almost like $400 on food for that. That sets me from Monday to Saturday, and that set me on my lunch dinner from Monday to Saturday.
Oh, so you cook your own food?
Yeah, so I cook my own food and then
Excuse you.
I do. I cook my own food.
He preps as well.
And then so from Monday to Saturday I'll cook my food and that will set me up for the week, and I've also got my breakfast sorted as well. And then I'll do the trainings, just the normal trainings, as well as like Broncos training, school trainings and stuff, and then I'll do my extras on top of that as well. So and then on top of that also schoolwork. So
But you're just trying to unpack it a little bit for you. You're a perfectionist. You like think, go.
more
Now
of an
go.
OCD kind of person.
See,
like,
they're the best ones.
Yeah.
That's detail.
like,
Yeah.
slightest thing can just switch off for me, and if I don't get
It ruins your day.
it
It
just
ruins your
my
day.
day. Yeah, it ruins my day if I forget just one thing. So like,
Yeah. No, I believe in that, especially with, like they say, like like the game day ritual thing. You change the way you always prep for a game. Something, apparently something happens. What was
exactly.
your one? Did you have a actual way you prep for games?
Nah, yeah, I'd go through phases. I think like if I kept playing good, and then if something happened, I'd try and like change it or tweak it. Yeah. But a funny story, when I was at the Cronulla Sharks, Michael Ennis, he's like a commentator now. He's like hooker. I think he was very underrated. He was
calm.
I got to play with some really good players and superstars of the game, but he was probably my favorite to play alongside of. He was a hooker. He was like sparked the energy in the team. He was a bit of a grub. And when you play with someone like that, they like get the NO going on the field. You're like, oh no, yeah, let's go. But he was a really good leader and communicator. But he was really like OCD. And before every game, he'd have his banana, and he would eat it like to the second before you kick off. Like it was like a certain time in that lead up to the kickoff. One day, one of the boys like played a prank and like ate it, and then like he like lost his stuff, he like lost his shit. And again, but that was funny. But then what he used to do, right? He used to sing a song like in the sheds, like we were all like, boys are stretching or like getting their like socks on and like focusing in, but he'd like sing a song at the exact same time before every game. It was like that song, like you can't start a fire without a spark. And I didn't know if it had like an underlying message for all of us boys, but it was just like mean. And then the whole year he did it. We won the grand final. Like he still did it in that grand final, and that was his last year. He retired, and then the following year, like he wasn't there. But that's when we noticed it. We're like, wow, I missed that song. And then someone played it in our warm up, like on the speaker, and we're like, oh, we all like turned and looked at, oh, Mickey's here, like Mickey Ennis here. Like I was just funny, like that was his ritual that works for him. But that's what I've
That's cool.
What else for dinner?
Yeah, what's your
I'm
meal
pretty chill with
before
that
game?
kind of stuff, especially the night before a game. Like I have whatever because it stresses me out when I think about too much about what I should be eating. So I just eat whatever's at dinner, especially the night before a game. Yeah.
Do you have a go-to meal after the game?
GYG all the way. GYG all the way.
It's healthy, man. I was thinking KFC or
GYG all the way.
Used to be McDonald's, so
Yeah.
but now that GYG's in there.
we'll wrap things up, eh? And before we wrap, I just want to say thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having
you know
us.
what I mean? I appreciate even
That's
coming
good.
as well.
Yeah,
man.
it's good.
Like, good to say, but before we end it, I'll let you guys do anything like a shout out you want to do to your family, or it can be anyone, like, you know what I mean?
Cheeky shout out to my two brothers. Love you, boys.
Mum?
Well, no joke.
I was waiting.
No. Just a shout out to the boys in blue that are heading down to Sydney next week. You should be doing a shout out to your boys. Oh no, but actually this is going to be going live after it, eh? Oh no shout out. No shout out.
And you, any message there for the young ones coming up, man?
Nah, love the story, eh? It's cool and excited for the journey ahead, eh? Yeah, like I said, like it's all starting now, so let's go.
That like Joe was saying, it's you're already obviously got your head at the right space right now. You know, you've got a good village behind you. You know, like your dad's been there, he's done that, and obviously mum and dad, I'm a true believer, they're always right no matter what. You know what I mean? And you do those things, listen to your mum, dad, everything will follow as well. I'm a true believer of that. And man, I'll be cheering you on all the way to you make that big stage, man. And one day you'll be sitting on this seat, you know? for our next guest, you know. Continue to be a leader, man. Keep on doing what you're doing. Obviously, like my son speaks highly of you and the way you are at school and that. Keep on being that person, you know. Like even when school finished, there's always gonna be someone looking up, you know. Continue to know your why, you know what I mean? And man, you got a big future, and I believe it. Just the way I watch you play, and to know how, like I've seen you play, and to see like hear this side of your story, man. You've been through a lot at a young age, and it explains why you the person you are now. You know, so continue. Good luck for next week, man.
Thank you.
Like, kill it. Blue wall the way, yeah, blue wall the way, man. Like, yeah, go and kill it, man. But yeah, thank you guys. Like, I appreciate you guys taking this invitation. You know, like it's not easy. A lot of families, and I understand it's nothing that, like, you know, it's pressure, you know, that to get you on, but it's just conversations like these that a lot of families can relate to you guys. You know, so it's just normalizing these things, you know, and obviously someone's going to be listening to this and they're going to be like, man, we can relate to them, you know what I mean? And so that's all it is, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys coming on. It means a lot, especially you, man. Joe, like,
Just sitting there, mate.
yeah,
Jumping in here and there.
No, honestly, but just to have you come on and even accept my invitation as well, coming as a co-host, man. Like, I'm a Broncos fan still to this day, and you know I followed even when you were over there, you know. So yeah, thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it. We'll definitely have you on again whenever you're free. Eh? Good luck for your grand final tomorrow, Russ.
Yeah, I got the Gold Coast Grand Final tomorrow.
Wait, are you still running around?
Yeah,
Just in the Gold
Look at
Coast
him,
Cup.
man. He
Yeah.
still looks fit. Well, are you in the forwards
Glory
now?
days, eh? Yeah.
Are you in the forwards now?
I'm in the halves. So
Oh, true, nice.
just catch pass. Yeah.
Wait, you're playing against Isaac Glue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he
he's
still
still running.
playing?
So,
Oh, I swear.
mate, Ormo, he's at Coomera. So
Got you. Oh, yeah, that's happening. What time's your game?
it's after, it's like 5:20. So it's after all the junior.
Or the
grand
junior
finals.
gig still tomorrow.
That's all tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's all in the Gold Coast.
So, yeah.
I mean, because the only thing that you miss is your recovery, your,
Yeah.
your specialized masseuse, you know.
That's what I realized. Like, man,
You
with all
don't
these
get the
perks,
luxury
eh,
anymore. And you still got to go to work Monday. And you still got to go to work. Yeah.
Damn it.
I remember when Dom finished up and he came, we arrived here, everyone was like, come and play social footy.
Yeah.
He went and played, and everyone was after his head, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah,
oh
you
my
have a
gosh,
target,
he was
yeah.
in like, ouch, like I need to go see a physio. And I'm like,
Where's
yeah,
the
you know,
video?
you don't have that luxury anymore. You know, I was like, you got to go see a doctor. Got to go, you know.
Yeah.
Don't you miss that?
Yeah, I know. That's what I missed. I didn't realize how good I
But
had
that's
it.
why you rely on the forwards, get them to do the dirty
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
He's in the half, so he's all
Yeah.
good.
Go, you run that way. Yeah.
How you were saying you didn't realize how good you had it, eh?
Yeah.
Until you retired.
Honestly, yeah.
Like you
Like
said, you just
I
gotta
was
enjoy
lucky,
it.
yeah. I had access to everything.
Shucks, yeah.
Not now.
You don't have to go on a waiting list for
Yeah.
surgery. You see a
Yeah,
doctor,
yeah.
you know? So that was the same thing. That's why Dom's always like this guy. Make the most of it, man.
Yeah. That's it, man. Keep on strong, man. Keep on going. But you just got anything else to say?
No, thanks for having us on.
Oh, good, man. But yeah, before just another shout out just to our sponsors, um, Leclerc Barbers and Leclerc Clothing, for always backing us. But yeah, that's another podcast done. Future Vision out.